How do we even come up with the idea for Betterness? What is Betterness?
So Denise and I, if you guys aren't familiar with our story, just real quick, went to college 20 years ago, pledged Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Just got us out here
all the way
aged.
We are. We're a little older than we look. But yes, 20 years ago, dang, it does seem like that's a whole child. That's a teenager. We raised somebody together. And so we met that long ago, but 6 years ago, we just, we had traveled the world, we had explored, we moved out of Cali, and we knew that we had similar passions around wellness, right? And lifestyle and creating solutions that we didn't see right out in either the market or just didn't see, period. And so we had this passion and came together. Denise flew down from Chicago to Texas, and we just started ideating in 2017, like, what can we do? What makes sense? What's the business model if we can even get there, just to even see if we could figure out something. And then what happened in 2018?
In 2018, we launched our first product, technically. That was a subscription box, so Betterness box, which is what a lot of you guys know us for. The ideation, the research, all the data and insights that went into kind of creating that business model and that idea really happened in 2017, but in 2018, May of 2018 specifically, we actually shipped out our first box.
Yes.
So in less than a year from ideation, first meeting, if you will, first powwow, retreat, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We were actually introducing our first concept to the market.
What's crazy, and I don't think I ever realized this, is we thought we created the word. At the time, if you remember.
No, I remember we went to the dictionary as well.
But I don't even know, was it in the dictionary?
It is in the dictionary.
Okay, but we at first though,
at first,
we literally were playing around with words, and I can see the paper right now where we were writing down better this or wellness this, or we were literally playing around with the words. Denise, being in marketing in her career, knew that made up words do better in market. And so we're like, okay, we got to make up one. And so I remember us thinking we made up Betterness, which now
and then we went to the dictionary.
And we're like, oh.
Yeah. And actually Betterness by textbook does mean the pursuit of pursuing better, essentially.
Right.
So that very much aligned with what we had already determined we wanted to do, which is ensure that people understand that you can be better each day, bit by bit. One day at a time.
Yeah.
The definition of betterness aligned with that, and then the pursuit of better wellness really kind of formed from all of that.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted Denise to mention the box, because that was the solution. How do we help people pursue a better, well-being? How do we help them get the tools, the resources? And specifically for us Black women, we were very clear on making sure that, busy Black women who are taking on way more than they need to, and taking care of everybody else and forgetting about themselves, how do we help them be more consistent? How do we meet them where they are? And so Betterness was born out of that. And at the time we thought, okay, it's just going to be Betterness box, and that's what we're going to do. But we're now here with a whole Betterness brand, and now we're starting to branch off with Betterness Body. I'm so excited about it.
Fabulous.
Yes. Okay. So that was journey. What are specific gaps in wellness? So I'll say a little bit about what I said to the lady yesterday. Okay. So thinking about some of the gaps, like we just said, right? What does it look like to meet these women where they are? The wellness industry is predominantly white. Let's just be real. And that's a lot of the solutions, and especially around well-being, that are in, America. When you think of Pilates, you have the soccer mom in your head, right? This lady with some yoga pants on, and she's running around with a jacket on and some tennis shoes, right? But you don't maybe think that woman is Black. Even Black people may not think that woman is Black. When you really think about the first person who comes to mind. And so for me, one of the really important things that I feel like we are addressing is creating a brand that is approachable and accessible for Black women, right? We're not in the suburban, areas all the time when there's a juice bar on the corner, right? A lot of the places that Black people live, there aren't grocery stores within 20 minutes of where they live sometimes. And so we know that access is an issue, and knowing that, how do we meet that need? So again, for me, Betterness and creating this brand and creating every solution we create is really about making sure the people that look like us see that there is a place for them when it comes to well-being, see that there's a place that they can go to when it comes to wellness.